Sipin Sanjay Das, Sipin Sagai Raj, and many more who are just coming in, running into the call to answer the question today that has been posed to us as a group. If you have sinned, can you be enlightened? So this is a question people have asked. If you sinned, could you still be enlightened? So with that, can we start the question answers? Who would like to answer this question? If you sinned, can you still be enlightened?
May I, Guruji?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dadaji, boliye.
Guruji, pranam.
Pranam.
Guruji, if someone sins, then it is not that he cannot be enlightened. He can be enlightened because famous dacoit Angulimal was there. He was in the forest. He was looting all the passers-by, and he was collecting all the treasures. And he used to cut the finger, and he used to make a garland and wear it. And once one sadhu came, and then he asked him, what you are doing. Then he said, you think that your family is responsible for what you are doing? You go and ask your family. So family refused. We have got no concern with what work you do. So he fell down on the feet of that sadhu, and he was changed. He renounced that everything, and he realized the truth, and he was enlightened. So I think it is not necessary. If we sin, we cannot be enlightened.
So you are recommending that we should sin?
No, not at all. But that is not the criteria. If somebody has done some mistake in sometimes, then he cannot be enlightened. He can improve upon.
Okay. So I get your point. Thank you. Anybody else would like to give your comment on this?
Sure. Ashok Chotwani, sir.
Ashok Chotwani. Shubham, bolo Ashok.
Sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can be still enlightened even after I have sinned. When I realized my mistake and have great regret for that, and I promise with Sip and myself that in future I will never do any type of sin, then by God's grace, follow the path of self-realization and God realization, I will be enlightened, sir.
So, therefore, answers that are coming in are not giving so much importance to sin. So, anybody else would like to tell us another view on this?
Yes, sir. Kumar Swami here.
Yes, Kumar Swami, Shubham.
Sir, yes, it is possible to a sinned person also will get enlightened, provided to overcome the sin life and by realizing whatever so far we have done in past sin karma, we have to realize and he prays to the God and surrender to the God with the free will. He can change the karma, the destiny of the karma. So that so many examples are there in the history, like Vemana is there, like Valmiki Maharshi is there. Half of the life of they were doing a sin, but they realized this is not correct way. So they immediately surrendered to the God, they prayed to the God. So they changed the life. So they got enlightenment. So it is enlightenment from sinful life to enlightened life.
So I think today we have a very simple question. So we should go back to the main question of the Ask Air. Sudeep wants to say something, but what is the purpose of this question that I put forward today? The world gives too much importance to good deeds and bad deeds. The world gives too much importance to karma. And the world doesn't understand the importance of how enlightenment can free us from karma. So I would like you all to kind of focus on that subject today. But let's see what Sudeep Bhargava wants to say.
Shubham, sir.
Shubham.
So one word answer to this question would be a yes, that a person who is a sinner can get enlightenment.
Yes.
There are a few pointers that I would like to make. Point number one, I believe that a sinner will find it difficult, more difficult than a person who has not committed sin. The purification part of your cycle, that purification will be slightly difficult for him because of the past karmas and the vasanas that he has. So purification will be a little bit difficult, number one. Number two, purification can take place once he knows that the sin was done by the body and he is not the body, but he is the Atma. So once he gets that realization, then the karma does not belong to him. And the third part, which I believe, I don't know whether I'm right on this third part or not, you can correct me, that once he knows that whatever karma that I am going to do from now on will be a Krishnarpanam or a Shivarpanam, then it will stop him from doing any further sins. Because people normally feel it this way that, okay, I'll just keep committing the sin and I'll keep realizing, okay, the sin was done by the body. I'm not the body, I'm the Atma, and I'll keep continuing the sins. But that is wrong, because you have to realize that all your karmas are actually like a ahuti in the yajna that you are giving to the Lord. So once you get that realization, then you will stop doing the sins at the very first place.
What is the 3-step method to enlightenment?
So
It is purification.
illumination, purification, and unification.
So first,
If
there
I'm
has
not
to be
mistaken, maybe I'm missing out one step here.
first purification. If there's no purification, there can be no illumination.
Okay.
And if there's no illumination, there can be no unification.
Unification. And then liberation.
Yeah, unification is liberation and
Liberation, yeah, one example. Correct.
Okay, so good. Sudeep, anybody would like to say anything else, or can we get straight to ask Ken? Anybody has got questions? Because I don't want to take too much time on this. It's only a very important point.
Guruji, one thing is there. May I ask one thing?
Please.
That realization can come in a flash also. It is
What
always
realization?
clear that the person who is doing sins requires lot of efforts to purify himself, but sometimes it happens so suddenly that the person realizes soon, very quickly. What is your opinion?
No, see, the point is this.
वो
The
भी
point
था
is that
गुरुजी
the
वो
point,
था ना कि वो एक शायद तुलसीदास जी का था क्या किसी का था, I don't remember, कि snake लटक रहा था and he came in the midnight in storm to meet his beloved and he climbed on by the help of rope and reached there. That lady told her, if you have loved, this is sea snake, it is not rope, how you have reached to me. So if you have done this much effort to reach to God, then you have definitely be enlightened. So he immediately changed his way and went towards God.
no, that man is said to have removed his eyes. He removed his eyes and she told him, if you remove he removed his eyes and he said, I will not look at all these things. So Kiran, what you are saying, you're not talking so much of a sin, but the problem with these issues are, if we are too involved in negative things, then the process of going to enlightenment gets stopped. For example, we're not doing a sin, just we are caught in this samsara. If we are caught in this samsara, suppose you're caught in money, suppose you're caught in lust, suppose you're caught in duty, you're caught in shame. There can be any of the tentacles. They catch you. There may be many ways of you being caught in this samsara. But the moment you are caught in samsara, you can't be liberated. So today, more than just talking about sin, try to understand, we want liberation. So Kiran, what you are saying, that man who went to this lady, you can't call it a sin, right? He was in love with that lady. It's not a sin. But he was attached to that lady in a manner he could not be liberated. What is our goal? Our goal is to be the soul. Our ultimate goal is to be the soul and to be free from attachments which will bind us to this world. So if anything may bind you, name, fame. So somebody was telling me today, I have got certain my family responsibilities. So that situation is, I have got children who have to take over the business. So how can my children take over the business? I'm not able to give over the business. So there is a problem. As a person is not able to get liberated because he's caught in that illusion, in that maya. So all these are connected. Every day when we talk of, today we are talking about sin. No, sin is not a great thing. Sin is you do something wrong, you pay for your karma. Simple as that, right? But that's not the problem. The bigger problem is bigger. The moment you create karma, you're going to come back to this earth. The moment you come back to this earth, you're not going to get liberated. You're going to continue in that cycle. So therefore, this journey of enlightenment, those who enjoy this journey of enlightenment, they are in a state of Sat Chit Anand. There is freedom from the triple suffering of the body, mind, and ego. The mind is creating so much stress. The mind is creating fear, worry, anxiety, depression. How do you overcome? The whole world is facing these problems. How do you overcome these problems? Therefore, when you are in a path of sin or a path of wrongdoing, you are going in the opposite direction. You must turn around. Yes, if you turn around, you can be enlightened. So, Administrator, let's go on to some question and answers, please. Bridget, yes, Bridget? Bridget on the phone.
I would like to know,
Hmm?
like to know what is a sin and who decide what is sin.
Ah, good question. Huh? Good question. The
According to the
question-
law and the man, it's
Yeah, because
not
for
according
you,
to the
suppose,
law and
suppose,
the God.
suppose, Bridget, suppose, according to the murderer, doing murder is not a sin. Every day he do murder. And according to the thief, every day he is okay. He can rob. Not a sin. Sin is created by our society, our culture, our countries. There are laws. For example, in some country, killing animal is a sin. Where you live, oh, everybody kill animal. We kill animal every day. It's okay. So it's all a matter of our belief system, our theology, our philosophy. So sin is actually a very good question. Who decide what's a sin? Who decides?
Yes,
You decide. You decide. You know what is a sin.
I am my home judge and jury. It's my conscience to decide what is sins.
You are Jew or
According to
Christian?
Babalu.
You are Jew.
Yes, I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish myself.
So which is the book you believe? Which is you don't read the Bible? What do you read? What is the book you read?
I would like to read Karma is Life.
No,
I'm
no.
waiting for.
No. What is the scripture in Judaism? You follow Judaism, right?
Yes,
So what is the scripture called? What is your
I
book?
know that.
Okay. So in that book, like the Bible, the Christians follow the Bible, correct?
I never read.
Yeah. So every religion tells you what is sin. But that is not sin. Sin will come into your heart. Right? The Hebrews, the Judah, there are some different books.
No, I never read this.
So the question is, what is a sin? Each one of us defines our own sin based on our nationality, our religion. For example, in some religion, in some culture, 2 marriages is a sin. But in some religion, 4 marriages is okay.
Yes, everything
then-
depends.
It all depends on, it all depends, right? But what is important is your self-purification,
Yes,
your own personal purification and then liberation.
everyone, every country, every religion can be enlightened.
Yes, anybody can be enlightened. Enlightenment doesn't depend on sin. That's what enlightenment doesn't depend on religion. Enlightenment is the ability to know who I am. I am Sip. And to be free from the world. The biggest problem in enlightenment is we are caught by the world. The world is holding you, not letting you go. How can you be free? How can you be liberated? How can you be enlightened?
No.
Suppose I was running my
Impossible.
business. I was running my business for 25 years. If I did not leave my business, I could not get liberation.
Possible.
Okay. So next question, please. Thank you, Bridget. Question? Any live question? I have a typed question. Anybody has a live question?
Guruji, the Guruji Kumarswamy here.
Yeah, Kumarswamy.
Sir, the sin also can be said like this: the action with the somebody get pain. Suppose I am doing something with that somebody maybe get hurt. That is called a sin action, is it not? That is called sin. If somebody gets hurt by doing of my action, it is sin of my that is my part.
But what if you did not intend to hurt that person?
You know, whatever he doesn't like, whatever he will get hurt. That action, if I did, suppose I have given bad words, I stolen something from him, I robbed something from him. So by that he will get hurt. So that will be a bad karma. It seems. Giving
Actually, we better talk instead of sin. Sin is not the best word. We should use the term good karma, bad karma. That is a better definition,
yes.
I think.
Yes. Right.
So
sir.
good deeds. What are good deeds? Something that benefits others are a good deed. What is
Yes.
bad deed? Something that hurts others, bad deed. Very simple.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Next question. Somebody else was wanting to ask.
Hey, Shubha
So,
yesterday you told me about the rebirth, no? So you said that if something, some pending karma is there, so then the person has to come back for that karma.
Correct.
So I want to ask that जो भी हम इस जन्म में कुछ गलत करते हैं तो इस जन्म में ही भुगतना पड़ता है ना, उसके लिए अगला जन्म में भुगतने की क्या जरूरत है?
Because मौत अचानक है ना. Death is sudden. Death will not wait for Rekha. Rekha, you finish all your hisab kitab, finish all your good, bad, then I will take you. Will death wait like that?
No, not like that.
Death happens suddenly. Death will not wait for you to settle your karma.
नहीं मतलब अब जिंदगी में मतलब इतना अगर बहुत सारी इतने मतलब इतने साल तक हम जीते हैं तो कोई भी अगर गलत काम करते हैं तो कभी ना कभी तो भुगतते ही है ना. ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि भुगतते ही नहीं है जिंदगी में.
हाँ, लेकिन वो अकाउंट सेटल नहीं होता है ना. Today,
तो
for example,
थोड़ा डेथ से पहले थोड़ा. हाँ.
Wait, suppose you're buying a house on installment, EMI. Suppose you're buying a house on 180 installments. ठीक है? 15 साल के आप घर लेते हैं. So you have to pay all 180 installments, correct? If you don't pay the 180 installments, the bank will take away the property. So like that, but you know exactly in a bank loan, you know 15 years, matlab exactly after 15 years, you can take the documents from the bank. But karma is not like that. Death is not like that. Suppose suddenly after half the account you are gone, then?
हाँ तो थोड़ा बहुत कर्म बचा होगा तो उसके लिए दोबारा जन्म लेना है.
That is the system. इसलिए तो बच्चा अंधा पैदा होता है.
मतलब थोड़ा बहुत कर्म के लिए पूरी जिंदगी वापस.
हाँ, वो जन्म का हिसाब है. It's not one life, it's life after life after life. Karma continues life after life after life after life after life. It continues.
मतलब ये तो शॉकिंग हुआ कि मतलब जिंदगी में थोड़ा बहुत कर्म बचा होगा तो उसके लिए इसको दोबारा जिंदगी पूरी देनी है.
No, there's nothing shocking about this. The system is very clear. Realize that you are not the doer of karma. Be liberated. Be the soul. Be liberated.
And one more thing I want to know about power. Something about power. कोई रूप है या फिर क्या है? Anything about power I want to know.
What power you want to know?
That you say now, SIP is via SIP. So about that supreme immortal power.
Yeah, that power is like energy. How is this? Just like there is light, it's electricity, it's energy. It's giving power to all the gadgets. You understand it. But everybody on this call is getting powered by SIP. You don't understand it because you need enlightenment. The moment you get enlightened with that, all questions will be over. There'll be no question. So contemplate on that. Sit in silence and contemplate on that.
मतलब कोई रूप नहीं है उस पावर का.
आप वो आपका बल्ब है ना आपके पीछे, आपके हाथ अंदर डाल के देखो, मालूम पड़ेगा क्या है उसका रूप.
नहीं मतलब I can, you said that we can feel God, we cannot see God. क्या मतलब इंसान, भगवान ने तो इतने अलग-अलग इंसान बना है.
Yeah, it's just like electricity. You can see the electricity in the AC, in the bulb, but you cannot feel, you cannot touch it. You put your hand and see, then you will know what's the meaning of the shock. Okay, thank you. Next question, please, Administrator. I have a typed question. Any live question? Kaumudi, have you finished all your questions? Why is human existence so arbitrary and meaningless? A lot of people ask me this question, and this question has come with 5 requests. Why is human life meaningless? You know, it's a very funny question, right? People think human life is meaningless. We human beings are caught in this drama called life, in this Leela. We are so busy in this Leela that we come in this world. First, we are caught by what? We are taught to achieve success. Like mad people, we are running for what? For success. Then what happens after success? Then we want to learn, we want to earn, then we want to get married, and we want children. Now we want children, we keep on trying to give children. Then what happens? That's not enough. Then we want to get these children married. Is it over? No. Then after getting these children married, what we want? We want grandchildren. After grandchildren, what grandchildren? We want the grandchildren to get married. Then what happens? Then we want to have great-grandchildren. And we die. And we did not find out, who am I? Why all this drama? We don't, there is no meaning. There's a man who's earning money. I know a man, he told me, I'm building one building. Very good, he made money, he's building another building. Then he built a big skyscraper. Then another big skyscraper. I asked him, what you're doing? Now I'm doing one colony. What they call this, gated villas. 100 gated villas. So I don't know what is the purpose. Now I made 25 crores. Now I want to make 50 crores. One day tomorrow you will die. How does it matter whether you have 50 crores or you have 100 crores? What are you like a madman? Why are you running? Why can't you stop and understand why you come to this world? What is your purpose? So people who don't have a purpose, who do not have a meaning, who are caught in this samsara, this family, this duty, this money, this success, they just live and they die, and then one day they have to come back, and again the story starts. So the person asked a good question: why is human existence so meaningless? Because of ignorance. We human beings, we don't understand. We are the divine soul. That is the goal. It's very simple. Live in Sat Chit Anand. Live. Why are we so unhappy? We are unhappy because the mind is creating misery. The mind is creating fear, stress, worry, anxiety. Why are we getting caught in this drama, in this leela, and then we think life is meaningless? No, life has a meaning. Life has a purpose. The purpose of life is to find the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to be liberated, is to be united. There is a purpose of life. But we are living meaningless lives. Look around you in this call, there are hardly 100 people who come for this call. Maximum 100 people. Sometimes 60, sometimes 70, sometimes 80. But the point is, what about 8 billion people? What are the 8 billion people doing in this world? How many of them are going towards enlightenment? How many of them are going towards liberation? All 8 billion people will die. Every individual will die. But before we die, we don't ask the question, Who am I? What should I do? What is my goal? So this is what makes life meaningless, because we are just we zoom from womb to tomb. We don't understand simple thing. We burn our grandfather. After we burn our grandfather's body, we pray, oh Dadaji, hope you are fine, Dadaji. Dadaji, hope you are okay. वहां पे स्वर्ग में खाना वाना मिल रहा है ना? Look how ignorant, aren't we not ignorant? Like that child, he went and told his mother, no, mother told you, give the pujari a biryani and Dadaji, they will get butter chicken. क्या magic है? यहाँ पुजारी को vegetable biryani खिलाएंगे, वहाँ दादाजी को butter chicken मिलेगा. But this is the ignorance not only in children, in adults. So live question, please. That was a good typed question. So we will take a few good typed questions if there is no live question. But first priority, live question. Anybody? Remember, you should ask questions if you have to progress, because your questions are your questions. So therefore, you must ask questions because they are unique to you. Don't wait for others' questions. Your questions are very important.
And nobody is asking, can I ask?
Yes, you can ask.
So power, you said it's like electricity only. So can you say something about power? I want to know more about power.
Rekha, your question has to be more specific, because this ask here, there are 60 people on the call. No, so your question has to be specific, not general. I can't just casually speak on some subject. People will not get engaged. So give your question a little bit more specific thing. Like, see, look at this. Somebody said, does karma prove the existence of God? Somebody asked the question, direct question, does karma prove the existence of God? Who was asking just now? This was Rekha only was saying, for small karma we have to come. No, this is a magical way the creator, Sip, has created this world. Otherwise, this world will get over. If there was no karma, if there was no rebirth, then the samsara would be over, right? What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life, like for example, you play a game. You play a game of snakes and ladders. That is the purpose. You climb up. If the snake bites you, you come down. If you go to a ladder, you go up. We all played snakes and ladders when we were children. The goal is to reach 100. What is the meaning? Reaching 100 means you are the winner. So what is the goal of life? The goal of life is also snakes and ladders. We have to escape from all the snakes. If the snake bites you, what's the snake that will bite you? Attachment, wrong. Desire, wrong. Sin, wrong. There are different snakes and they will bite you. If they bite you, you come down. But if you go discrimination, going up. Detachment, going up. Mumukshutva, love for the divine, you go up. But we don't have such a snakes and ladders game. We must make a game. I told our spiritual department to create a game of spiritual snakes and ladders. Children should be taught this game. What are the ladders going up? What are the snakes that bring us down? So the question is, karma is a way to take us up. Karma is not punitive. The purpose of karma is not to punish. The purpose of karma is to reform. My Guruji used to always say, the purpose of karma is reformative. It is not punitive. My dear friends, I often tell you this, that if you want to be enlightened, there's a 3-step method. Ask, investigate, realize the truth. Ask, investigate, realize the truth. When I used to ask my Guruji a question, Dadaji used to give the answer. I never used to take it just like that, though it was my Guru. I would take it and I would investigate. And after investigating, it would switch on the light. Watting tong, after ask and investigate, then you realize the truth. So the point is this, we are all going to die. Each person on this call, today or tomorrow, the bell will ring and it'll be time to go. The question is, before you go, have you realized what is this show? Have you prepared for the journey beyond? That is the question you have to ask. Are you prepared? How much are you prepared? What have you done? What are you going to do? Who are you? I mean, what is your, are you clear? Do you see the divine presence everywhere? Or are you still praying to a God in a temple, in a church, in a statue, holding God's locket? Many people, huh? Dekho, Bhagwan mein, they hold a chain. Dekho, mere saath Bhagwan hai, mere paas Bhagwan hai. Huh? Kya Bhagwan hai tumhare paas? Bhagwan ka locket hai. You wear a cross or you wear something on your neck. That's not, what has that got to do? So you have to ask the question and see where you are stuck. Because you may be stuck somewhere and you have to get unstuck. And if you don't get unstuck, why am I so passionate in helping people to reach this goal? Because I was stuck for 40 years. For 25 years, I was running like a madman trying to attain success, money, name, wealth, marriage, children. Till I realized what a fool I've been a fool for 40 years. And in front of me, there are fools for 80 years. People who are going to die tomorrow. They're still blind. They have not understood the meaning of life. So what do? You have to ask. You have to investigate. You have to realize the truth. So I gave you a grid. Where are you on this journey? Have you reached the state of realization? Or are you caught? Somebody wants to ask a question in between?
Namaste.
Namaste,
I'm
Rajan.
Rajan.
Yes, Rajan.
Yes, Guruji. Now we discussed about the sin and enlightenment.
Yeah.
We experienced that some people who did some harm to others died out of a heart attack immediately, no suffering. But at the same time, some people who are doing some good, we feel that he is going or she is doing some good to the community, but they lie for 3 years, 4 years in bed at the mercy of others. Why this happens? Because that is certain or uncertain.
Rajan, it is
Yes,
asking one question like this. It is like saying that neighbor, he has planted no trees, but
Yes.
so many mangoes are in his garden. I planted 100 trees, but there's no mango in my garden. Is it possible?
No.
So there's something wrong in your planting process.
Yes.
Either you have not planted the right, maybe you bought the wrong seed from the wrong person. Maybe your soil is bad. Maybe the watering process is not okay. The law, nothing is wrong with the law.
No.
The law says the seed you plant is the fruit on the tree.
Okay.
So that guy, he may not have planted the tree, the mango trees. Maybe his wife planted, maybe his neighbor planted, maybe the previous person planted. So what my answer to you, we must trust the law of karma without any doubt.
Yes.
So if somebody is dying, whether, I don't know, you meant to say he died without any suffering. No, you cannot make out what is other people's suffering. Can you make out my suffering? Can I make out your suffering as you're talking to me?
No.
No, we cannot make out Kiran and Sudeep and everybody in this call. What is the suffering level? We don't know. We are surprised. If suppose suddenly somebody come and told you, oh my God, I don't know. So there was a man whom we knew. He was a very good man, very, very good man. Then suddenly one day he was having cancer and he suffered and he died.
Yes.
After he died, 2 ladies from 2 different areas, they came looking for him. Both said he has married me and one had 1 child, one had 2 child. So he has married 3 ladies secretly.
We don't know that. What was his karmas? What were his karmas?
Whatever is happening, we have to trust the law of karma.
Yes.
But today we are trying to go beyond that.
Yes.
Who is doing the karma? Rajan. I am not Rajan.
Yes, the me.
I am the soul in Rajan.
Yes.
I am SIR, sir. I am sir. I am the soul in Rajan.
Yes.
So the moment we are able to transcend karma, then we are free. then there is no suffering.
Okay.
What is the biggest problem in this world? The biggest problem in this world is suffering. Oh, I know people are crying. People who can cry and cry and cry. Oh, I feel so bad. What happened? No, my son cheated me. Oh my God, I don't know what to tell you. What happened? I told the story of that. I told you a story of the son who cheated. The mother told the son, okay, what you want, son? He said, I want to make a factory. So he told mother, I want 10 lakh rupees. So mother gave 10 lakhs. Then mother told, factory is ready. He said, no, I bought the land. Now I want another 10 lakhs to build a factory. Mother sold jewelry, sold all the jewelry, and she gave 10 lakhs. And then he said, no, the factory is ready. He said, no, the building is ready. I need another 10 lakhs for machinery. So she mortgaged her house and she gave another 10 lakhs. Then one day after doing all that, one day somebody told, let's go and see your son's factory. She went to that address. There was that land only did not exist. That land only did not exist. There was no land, there was no factory, there was no machine. The son had cheated her.
Yes.
So in this world, there is a lot of pain. There is so much pain, Rajan. And there is in this samsar, there is pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego.
The ego.
Our goal is to overcome this. Our goal is to be free from all this samsar. Finally, it's just a drama. Finally,
Yes.
it's just a show. There's a question coming from Facebook
Okay.
from Ram Kumar Sharma. Please tell us about water the root, enjoy the fruit. What is the root to be watered to get fruit? Please highlight it. Water the root, enjoy the fruit. Ram Kumar from Facebook, Ram Kumar is asking how to water the root and enjoy the fruit. If you want the ultimate answer to enjoy the fruit is liberation. And to water the root is overcoming ignorance. Keep on watering the root means keep on pouring water so all the myth disappears and the truth comes out as the root and the shoot and the fruit. In this world, it's very simple. We have to overcome ignorance. We have to overcome, we are all ignorant and we are ignorant about our ignorance. We may be educated, highly educated in your MBA and whatever you call these degrees. That education doesn't help. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Muramate. What Adi Shankara said, hey, you fool, hey, you fool. So Ashok Nichani suddenly puts up a message. That's the owner of Raymond's. Raymond's is a very famous Indian brand. The father gave his son entire property. And now that man is saying the biggest mistake in my life. Because the son has put the father on the street. The father has nothing to eat. He is the owner, the beginning, I think, Singhania or something, right? It's the book, The Biggest Mistake in My Life, where he gave money to his son. Ashok Nichani put this comment, suddenly I saw it on the screen. So I'm closing with that comment. But if you are in a journey of nirvana, if you're a journey of the soul, if you're in the air journey, if you're a journey of the ruh, ruh means soul, then that ruh or soul is free from all this misery. But my only request is this: get your questions out. Get your questions, because if you don't ask and investigate, you will never realize the truth. With folded hands, Shivoham, and see you tomorrow.